Hey guys, and welcome to This Is the One Where We Talk About Anime.
Wow, you just jumped right into that.
Yeah, because you're always the one that says it, so I wanted to say it. Like,
well, you know, I'm kind of the main person.
No, you're not. So, but anyway.
Well, welcome, guys.
Yeah.
First off, I want to apologize to our listeners who clicked on episode 11 and got a dead link. We're currently going to the new site, which by the time this episode airs will be live. So, yay!
Yay! Dude, I didn't even know we were having a new site until yesterday when you told me. Yeah, we're kind of having a new site. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I did not know
we've
that.
been working on it for a little over a month now.
Okay.
Just because the old hosting site was really bad. Yeah, so our new site will be good. I've been painstakingly working on it with the rest of the group, but it'll be live by the time this episode airs, so you're probably going to see it on the new site.
Yay.
Woohoo!
That's exciting. So this and all the other podcasts, I guess, that BitBlast has, right? So.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that BitBlast has, and all the shows are on there now. They were in the middle of transitioning all the shows to the new site, but we weren't really going to close down the old site until the new one went live.
Yeah. Okay.
A little mix-up got going.
That's fine as long as it's going to be going good.
Yeah.
Everyone will be happy.
Of course, those who listen to us on iTunes wouldn't have to worry about that.
That's true. So listen to us on iTunes. But anyway, man, so anime, that's what we talk about, right?
Yeah. Now that we got all the BitBlast stuff out of the way, we're here for anime.
That's right. So I mean, I don't know. Did you watch any good shows or anything at all this week? I mean, I know.
Oh, I was so happy with Utawadamado.
That's not the name, but okay.
I could never say it right.
It's okay.
It is the weirdest spelling. I'm sure, Japanese people could say it, with no problems.
I'm sure, but it's okay.
But anyways.
Yeah.
We talked about it in an earlier episode about how it's not supposed to... It's not like a sequel or anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like a remake, revisiting of...
that world or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the last episode, I don't want to give it too much spoilers, but my waifu's in it.
Yeah. That's funny.
For those that don't know, saying waifu is kind of like the otaku way of saying your favorite main or favorite girl character in anime.
Yeah.
Is if you could have or be with any girl in anime, that's your waifu.
Okay.
And Carla is my waifu.
Well, you just spoiled it.
I don't care.
So, but, okay, well,
I didn't spoil the story.
That's good. I mean, that's interesting. But didn't it was funny because I saw this on, online, I guess, but the term waifu, I'm not saying that it's true, but I guess in Azumanga Daioh, the teacher, that creepy teacher, he kind of yelled out, it's my waifu or something like that, whenever it was, a picture of his wife and daughter or something.
Yeah.
And it's said that that's almost kind of where the term, kind of came from, as far as anime,
It's been around longer.
Come from. Has it?
Yeah, it's been circling for not as far back. I mean, it's probably close to the Azumanga Daioh time frame.
Yeah.
But I think it really took off when Moe really started.
Okay.
Because Moe wasn't the biggest thing until late 90s. People really didn't say Moe all the time.
I don't know what I've never said it, so I'm not sure what that means.
Moe is a term to represent kind of something that's really cute or...
Oh, see, I thought that was kawaii or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's what kawaii actually translate as
okay.
cute. But moe is a term to kind of represent what embodies that cuteness or whatever. Say this magical girl is very moe.
Oh, okay. I got it. I guess that makes sense. So... But I mean, I've never used the term. So.
There's so many terms. You can really what are they called? I think they're called weeboos or something.
Something like that. I've heard the term, but I've never actually used it.
because my little cousin, she falls under that of using all those like weird Japanese terms.
Yeah.
Where it's not really meant for normal conversation.
Yeah. It's like, man, that's so weeboo. That's so kawaii, you know?
Yes.
So, that's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, I have heard the term weeboo before. I never heard the term moe. So I had always heard like kawaii and stuff like that. So
moe, I think when I first really started heard the term being used in like stuff,
yeah,
was in the live action show Dinsha Toko, which we've talked about in this show.
Back when the old host, who shall not be named.
Oh, we know David. David's busy. He can't
do
it, unfortunately.
David, I'm talking to you.
He'll jump in. Once Ava 3 comes out,
he'll jump
back into this.
Oh my god. Of course.
But yeah, Dinsha Toko was probably the first live action Japanese drama I watched. And they used that term a lot. The main character called a lot of things moe.
Okay. Got it. Well, I mean, the only, I think, real live action, I guess, thing that I've seen was that Rurouni Kenshin movie.
Oh, yes.
That was actually pretty good. I like that.
That gave me hope for, like, anime adapted movies.
Yeah. Dude, it was good.
Because it was so good.
It was really good. I liked it. I think after I watched that show, that's when I think I asked you if I could borrow your Rurouni Kenshin DVDs and just watch the whole show.
Watch the whole show.
Yeah. And I did.
It is so good.
Exactly. It was really good. I liked it. But other than that, I haven't really seen a lot of live action stuff. I mean, I've seen some stuff, like, I guess on Crunchyroll, like, you know, like, I haven't watched it, but I've seen that Crunchyroll has it, or like Netflix might have something, but I've never really watched anything else live action like that.
I haven't really watched, like, a ton. I mean, I've seen some of the, like, anime adapted live action shows.
Yeah.
Like they did Ouran High School. Prison School just came out not too long ago. What else? Oh, they did a Negi one. That one was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think I heard about
very bad acting in that, but it was very funny.
Oh my goodness.
But, I actually like the shows that aren't based on animes, just because you can kind of
have more freedom of creativity.
It's you can see the culture and like their whole way of doing filmography. I can't talk.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
You look at shows over here and you think like The Office or Parks and Rec and stuff of these like sitcom comedy kind of shows.
Yeah.
And they do silly things and everything, but it's still decent acting. You watch some of the live action and over there, and they're very overacting on everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they kind of like overact with everything. Like, even in anime, they kind of overact.
Yes.
You know? Character's face might be like, you know, and they'll be like, you know, and I'm like, oh goodness, that's funny. But, no, I mean, and it works, you know, it works. Things that work over here might not work over there. Things that work over there might not work over here.
And it's just a culture thing.
Yeah. So that's good, though. But like I said, I've never really watched it. I've just kind of watched anime. But it's funny that you said, like, you mentioned the filmmaking thing, because that reminds me of those episodes in Haruhi Suzumiya. Like, the last 5 episodes after episode 8, after, like, the endless 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Where they were just, like, trying to film that movie. You
Oh,
know what I'm
yes.
talking about? And, like, everything kept going wrong. And, like, it was, like, the dumbest, like, little movie ever that made absolutely no sense.
Well, what was funny about, because the whole thing was, she was making a movie, but it was based on their group.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing of, like, Asahina was a time traveler, and Itsuki was an Esper, and Yuki was a witch, I think.
Yeah.
So that was the only, like, different thing, but she came from space or something. So it was like, he was assigning them all these roles that was basically what they were in real life anyways.
And then, well, I remember Asahina was, like, in, like, that bunny outfit or whatever the entire time. And, like, the movie just made no sense whatsoever. And Kion's just like, I hate my life.
That was actually, one scene that I really liked that I was like, oh, come on, just let him do it, was when he was like going to hit Haruhi.
Yeah.
Like he was just fed up with her.
Yeah.
And remember. I'm like, I was so happy. I'm like, finally. Because really, if you were friends with somebody like Haruhi...
Your cat just made a noise.
Yeah, my cat. He's like, why aren't you paying attention to me? But like...
If you were friends with somebody like Haruhi...
Yeah, if you were friends with somebody like Haruhi, would you really put up with some of the crap?
Not after a while. Like, I'd eventually kind of be like, listen...
You'd
you
accept it at first, and then just kind of be like...
Listen, like, if you don't change, I'm not going to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's like, they just always put up with her, with whatever she wants because of her, like, ability or whatever.
Because I guess like she could destroy the world or something if she imagines it or something weird. Subconsciously imagines it and destroy everyone in the closed space or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird show. Like it was interesting, but it wasn't like it was kind of weird, you know. But it was good, and then we got the Hara Yukai from it. So
oh god,
you can't say that we didn't get something from it.
We didn't get anything.
Well, they also had the melancholy of like Haruhi-chan, which was like the little chibi figures.
Oh, the chibi thing!
That was really funny, actually. I really liked that.
Our listeners know from past episodes, I don't like chibi.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the chibis. They're so ridiculous and just, I can't watch them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Haruhi ones, I was laughing so much.
Yeah.
Just because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
It was like watching like Fooly Cooley done or by the Haruhi people.
Yeah. Like it was ridiculous. Like I still remember the one episode when like Kyon like grabs what's his name? Koizumi. And he just says something like I can't remember, but he looks him in the eyes and he's just like, I love you. And Koizumi like opens his eyes, he's like, ugh. He's like, I think I need to go away for a while.
I think I need to go away.
This is uncomfortable. I started laughing. I thought it was funny. So, but other than that, I mean, the show was good, but it was just strange. And I know that we talked about in earlier episodes that the movie was fantastic, of course.
Yes.
So it was really, really good.
That's because like most people's favorite character is actually Yuki, which really makes no sense because she is the one character. Her whole character is she doesn't have a personality.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe
it's
they
like,
feel for her.
How can people like this character?
Maybe they feel for her, dude. Like maybe they kind of feel like, oh, maybe maybe one day she'll finally like actually show emotion and like, be like, oh,
I think it's because like compared to Asahina and Haruhi,
she's
Yuki's
like level-headed.
Like the best choice.
Yeah.
Because you got Haruhi, who's selfish and just does whatever she wants and is loud, obnoxious.
Yeah.
And then you've got Asahina, who's just so
shy and like doesn't have self-confidence at all and stuff.
Kind of stupid. She is. She's kind of stupid.
And then there's Yuki, who's
there's
actually level-headed and stuff. So.
And if it wasn't for Yuki, like, they would all be dead several times over.
Yeah.
She saved them all, like, multiple times.
Yeah. So she's a good character. I like her. But I mean the show is decent. And then that one musical piece that they had with the God knows that.
Yeah.
I can't remember but that was actually really good. I like it.
I remember when I first watched it, I was like, this is great. I'm loving this. And now that scene is used in every single AMV ever.
Yeah. Oh well, whatever.
It's like, was it there's this one AMV that I really like called like Demons Within, which was like a multi-editor project, and it was like all these like dark animes like Hellsing and Berserk. It was just like all the demon kind of like shows. And it was going through all this music and all this different stuff. And then it gets to about this halfway point, and it gets into this like rock part where it's like fast speed rock.
Yeah.
And then it switches to Haruhi.
That makes like no sense.
And it made no sense. I'm like, oh my god! Just because it's a rock
song,
with a guitar riff. Don't put Haruhi to it. in a demon show.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was good, but you're kind of right with that aspect. Like the whole, yeah, let's put this in every, editing AMV and stuff that we have, just because it's, the animation for it was good, which it was. Like the whole finger thing, and that was actually really good.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like with a lot of shows, they'll use the same like scene over and over.
Yeah.
Instead of like fully editing or animating like the full play
motion and stuff. Yeah.
It was like what is it? The rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
My Teenage Rom-Com Snafu. They had a scene in towards the end where they're playing up on stage and everything in the first season, and it does that thing where it's showing like the same animation sequences over and over. It's like kind of repeating or whatever. And then in season 2, the first episode starts right from that point, but it's a new animation company took over this series for season 2, so it's a better company, and it's like this beautiful animation, and they actually reanimate that entire sequence to where they're moving for the entire song. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Nice. But anyway, that's enough about Haruhi, man. Like, it was a good show, but
I think it's because we kind of miss Haruhi
a little bit,
because it's like the season 2 was so bad.
I know, it's like we deserve something better.
We deserve something better. And then we got the movie, and we're like, oh, this is great. We got the movie. All right.
And then that was it.
And then we got the, the Yuki-chan, Nagato Yuki-chan or whatever.
I can't remember.
Where, it's like, it takes place in the world where Haruhi didn't have her powers.
Okay.
In the movie where,
she had the long hair and she went to the other school.
Yeah.
Stuff like
so
that.
it takes place in that world, and that's what that whole series is.
Okay.
But it's like this really cheap animation and everything, and it just didn't really seem like they tried. So it's like
that's rough.
Haruhi's kind of taken a dip, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all good. It is what it is. But anyway, earlier we watched the RWBY episode that came out.
Oh, yes.
And that, I think, was really, really good. Like, RoosterTeeth has really, outdone themselves, I think, with the series. Like, they've definitely made it into its own thing. You know what I mean? Like, everything's gotten better.
Yeah, RoosterTeeth, man, it's kind of funny. I still think of them as that little group that got together and filmed or recorded them bobbing their heads in Halo.
Yeah.
It's like they're like a multi-million-dollar company now.
I know, which is crazy.
It's like they've even partnered with Screw Attack now.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got their own convention. They've got all these shows. They do Achievement Hunter and just all this stuff now.
Yeah.
But it's like, for animation purposes, RWBY just has taken them to a new level.
It really has. And it's gotten a lot better. There's a lot of improvements. I know we kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it's improved, Everything about the show's improved. The voice acting's improved.
Yep.
The animation's improved. The fight scenes have improved. Like, the smoothness of, the movement, I guess, has improved.
Yeah, I think season 1 was really them testing the waters to see if this will really take off.
And it did.
And it did. People were happy with it. And so they got the season 2. So they were like, all right, let's improve it a little. So they got rid of the black character backgrounds and actually put
faces,
full model characters and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't really moving at all, but they were there. So it was like you could see that they were improving.
Yeah.
And then this season, like you said, full facial expressions now.
And it's just...
And their movement is a lot smoother. So really proud of them for that.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt.
Especially, rest in peace, Monty. Your vision is going strong.
Yeah, it really is. And it's good. I really like the show, and I mean, it's just, I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to see what happens next, So, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, they, actually, on that note, Steam picked up, the RWBY game.
Yeah. I saw that. Well, I didn't see that Steam picked it up, but I knew that they were making like a RWBY game where it's like kind of like a hack and slash, like
it's kind of like a Samurai Warriors kind of game
type of thing,
where you just kind of run through the level
and kill the Grim, and
Grim and stuff,
and
but
level up.
You get to use all the RWBY characters. They said they're working on it. We'll get Team Jupiter soon.
Hopefully. I mean, I'd love to play as, like, Team Jupiter, because...
play as John and just get slaughtered.
I know. No, watch him, like, have, like, I don't know. I don't want to say watch him be, like, the Dan Hibiki of the game, but, watch him be the Dan Hibiki of the game.
He will be the Dan Hibiki of the game.
Like,
at least until they explain, like, him.
Yeah.
Because it's... Like, we got a glimpse when Pyrrha first unlocked his aura or whatever, where she actually says, like, you have a lot of aura. Yeah. And, like, he was full on glowing.
Yeah. So, watch him be, like, extremely powerful, but it's, like, one of those late bloomers that just hasn't received
He's a sleeper.
Yeah. So, watch him have, like, a special taunt in the game or something. Like, a super taunt.
A super taunt.
So...
Oh, it's like there's a lot of new RWBY stuff. The creator of the manga Dogs, is coming out with a prequel story.
Okay.
For RWBY.
Really?
Yep. So RWBY's getting a manga drawn by the artist and writer of Dogs.
Okay. Does he get to make up the story, or like do you think they kind of gave him like a premises of like what they kind of are looking for, and we're like, here?
Most likely. I haven't read anything else. That's the most news I've read about it was it was getting a manga, and it'll be a prequel story. Mm-hmm. So that would be really cool, especially because now Crow is like my favorite character, and I want to see Crow.
He's pretty cool. He's funny.
Not just because I make fun of Vic Mignogna, but he did an excellent job as Crow.
Dude, he was great. He was fantastic. Superb.
Superb.
Like, he did a really, really good job. But RWBY is definitely growing into its own, and I really like it. I mean, were there any other shows this week that you saw that you kind of were like, oh, okay, this is kind of starting to pan out, like good. Like, I know you said the Udawara Rumana Rowana, whatever the name is. the show that starts with U that has a really long name. So, but I mean, was there anything else that you watched that you kind of were like, okay, this is starting to be like decent, or?
Oh man. I mean, not much. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's like a lot of the shows are kind of blending together.
You think so?
Yeah, it's like, one that I was excited for was the worst one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was like another series was released as well called like Asterisk or something. And the two series are almost identical.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, these are kind of the same.
Yeah, it's almost like Asterisk has a more like sciencey futuristic weapons.
Yeah.
So they have like beam swords kind of and everything. Yeah. And then Cavalry Knight has like actual swords. Then that's like the big difference off that.
Beam swords or swords?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I'm like, oh man, it's like I was really hoping to enjoy it because I enjoyed the manga. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching Asterisk too, and I'm just going, these are the same thing.
It's the same thing. Come on. Yeah. No, I've just been watching the same shows that I've been watching. I didn't really pop in anything. Well, no, did I? No, I didn't. I didn't pop in anything new. I was trying to see if I had, maybe watched an episode or something. But no, I didn't. I watched like the same shows pretty much. Just cause like I said, I don't feel like starting like just a new series just randomly and being like halfway into it, But the ones that I have been watching are getting pretty good. I like them. I know that we talked about Ace of the Diamond. I'm still watching that, which it's getting good. It's literally the same thing though. People are overreacting to baseball games and it's ridiculous, but it's funny. It's funny and I like it.
Well, it's like with Fairy Tail, where I'm sitting there and watching it, and even though it's not filler anymore, they're dragging out the whole Tartarus arc.
Yeah.
To where, like, a fight that should have been over a long time ago is still going, and you're just going, just keep going, move on.
Yeah, that's kind of like it with this. It's like the baseball game's lasting like 7 episodes, and I'm like, oh, come on, just end it. Like,
It's like, speaking of, like, long and everything, of just, like, saying crap over and over.
yeah.
I was on Anime News Network, which is a very good site for anyone looking for up-to-date stuff. Check out Anime News Network. They're really good. But they had an article on there where it was, why did Bleach become bad?
Why? I want to know.
It was a very long article, but it went into depth of, like...
Oh, wait, it was a very long article?
Da-da-da.
Dun, 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 dun. You know,
But it went into the whole thing of, like, Bleach was one of the 3 kings of... You had Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
Yep.
And those were, like, Shonen Jump's, like, main titles. And now, like, Bleach is so forgotten by everybody that no one realizes that Bleach manga is still going.
It is?
Yes.
Oh.
Like, I want to shoot myself reading it, but it's still going. And it's supposed to be the last arc.
Really? Yeah.
They said this will be the last arc about 2 years ago.
And it's like, yeah, let's just keep on going, but not finish the arc.
And see, that was the problem. They went into the article of how the whole thing was they had the antagonist of Aizen. And it was like going through and everything of like Aizen building this big thing. And it's all this build up to Aizen and everything. And then they go and have an anticlimactic thing of, and we defeated Aizen.
Okay.
So, you know, it might have been a little anticlimactic, but, you know, we've had this build-up of this great antagonist character, and then we defeated him. Bleach should have ended there.
And they didn't.
And it didn't. So here we go of, you know, Ichigo lost his Soul Reaper powers after the fight with Aizen. So not only are we going to keep going, now we have to figure out how to give Ichigo his Soul Reaper powers, while introducing new antagonists where has he been this whole time kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it just kept dragging on, and you're just going, what? And that was when the arc right after Aizen was when the anime got canceled. Like, it got canceled that arc was like the last arc.
It's like, no, we're not drawing anymore. We're not going to do anymore.
It was like
it's
the
done.
anime ended there. But the manga kept going for a good while, and then they announced that this will be the last arc for Bleach about like 2 years ago or so. And they're still going because they're doing flashbacks and trying to give character development to a character you don't care about because guess what? They're going to kill him in this right after.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, let's feel sympathetic for this villain that we don't know about, and he's only just appeared last chapter.
Yeah.
And, man, it's just so bad. Which sucks because Bleach was such a strong show.
Yeah. And it's like, we don't know when to end it, so we're just going to keep on going because people like it.
I mean,
people
it's like you either
but...
have to give props to the creator for him to keep going, or kind of like yell at him for being like,
dude, end it, bro.
Dude, end it, man.
End it, man. So, no, that's cool though. But it's funny because I remember last week you were talking, I guess, about that show Heavy Object, and I just found out that it's getting like English dubbed.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think Funimation's doing it.
Who else?
Well, I mean, there's Sentai, there's Bang Zoom, and Aniplex, and all that stuff. So, but I remember you talking to me about the show. So when I saw it, I was just like, oh, it's getting English dub. But I don't think that the show's ended yet, has it?
No, it's still going.
It's still going. So that's why I was like a little confused, and I was like, oh, they're English dubbing the show. but the show hasn't even ended yet in Japanese, you know?
Well, it's because...
But, I mean, I think it's smart, though. That way they can be ahead of the game, you know? So.
Well, it's like Crunchyroll and the Samoto announced partnership to create a company to co-produce anime.
Really?
Which basically will mean that as shows are airing, they will be on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
So not only for that, that means that dub work will get done faster.
Yeah.
Because they're not fighting the legal and getting the rights to do dub work and then to distribute throughout North America. So this partnership will actually speed along the process.
Think so?
Basically. It's kind of like with the DBZ movie.
Yeah.
How, as it was airing in Japan in theaters, they already had it dubbed and in theaters over here.
Really?
The Resurrection F movie.
Oh, I see. I didn't see it. So
So it was like barely a month after it released in Japan. It released over here for like a day or whatever in select locations or whatever, but it was dubbed already.
Oh, it was. Okay. That's interesting. See, I didn't know that. I didn't see the movie.
So dub work is getting done a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because of all these partnerships and stuff. Because now they're not fighting all that legal jumbo to get things out.
I think it's smart, though, too. You know, kind of be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
You know, that way. You know, it could even be like, yeah, you know, we dubbed this show a year ago, but we just haven't released it yet. You know, due to whatever it may be, whether it be, you know, licensing agreements or, you know, whatever. But I think it's smart, you know, because then it's like, you know, when they release it, it's already ready to go. So they don't have to, like, worry about, you know, oh, man, you know, do we need to make any, like, you know, I guess, like, any changes, or do we need to, you know, re-record certain parts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can just kind of be like, yeah, you know, we got the show recorded, and here it is, you know? So it's been recorded for, like, 6 months.
It's been recorded, but here
you
it
go.
is.
So that's funny. But, yeah, I guess the show's getting dubbed. I didn't watch it just because... You know, I really didn't know. Like I said, the only thing I know about the show is what you told me, like the big ball things or whatever. So, but I mean, I guess it's gonna be interesting. You know, I'm hoping so. I know I really like Gate, and I really hope that one gets dubbed.
Oh yeah,
that's actually a really good show.
I would love to see that get dubbed so I can own it on Blu-ray.
I know, dude, man, it needs to. Yeah, and honestly, I feel like it's going to be a matter of time. I feel like that's one of those shows that was really popular and people really liked. And I think that it's a matter of time before some company picks it up.
Yeah, so. But again, it just deals with which company produced Gate.
Yeah.
Because there's some shows that just aren't allowed to come over and stuff.
I know. And
it really sucks because it's like, we're never going to get Macross Frontier because of all the legal crap with Robotech and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we're never going to get it over here ever.
And you're like, sad.
It's sad. But Gate, I can see it coming over.
Like, I can definitely see it coming over. And like, it was, like I said, it was a good show.
Yeah, the second season starts in January.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I was wondering when the second season was going to start because I was like, there's got to be a second season. So.
Yeah, I'm really curious of where they're going to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they haven't really introduced Pina's brother.
Okay.
Which is like the Crown Prince or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he should have already showed up, and he hasn't shown up yet. So it really has me going, I wonder, because he's a major issue in the manga.
Okay.
Like, that's where it's like a little spoiler. I don't know if it'll spoil, because I don't know if they're going to do it in the next season. But he has Japanese women that they took prisoner during that, like, first raid or whatever. And he's, like, dragging the girl, like, on the ground with a chain and stuff. And she's, like, butt naked, and he's just dragging her.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, like, the main character, he gets, like, pissed and just punches him. And it's the funniest thing ever.
Dude, the main character is awesome.
The main character is awesome.
Because it's like, you're like in charge of like all this, you know, and he's like in the military, but like in reality, he just wants to like go to like anime conventions
Yes.
and just like buy manga and stuff. You know,
all he wants. He's like me. He's working for his hobby.
yeah.
And it's like he's not working to work. He's working to support his hobby.
Yeah. And so I find it so funny because he's like, oh man, you know, like I just want to go to my anime conventions.
Yes.
You know? So, but it was good. And, you know, I'm looking forward to hopefully it coming over here because it'd be very, very nice.
It'd be interesting to see who they actually get to like dub it and stuff.
Dude, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I could see the main character being Keiji Tang. Like, I'll be honest. I could see the main character being Keiji Tang. I think he'd fit perfect for it. But we'll see.
We'll see on that.
Yeah. So, and then I'm actually kind of excited myself because, I mean, I can't really say much about it. I think I told you, but, I'm kind of doing this little project too. So it's, yeah, like it's not like an anime dub or anything, but it's a project that's exciting and I'm excited to be working on. So hopefully,
well, we'll have to hear about that soon.
Well, I mean, hopefully, you know, it comes out soon, you know, I mean, but at the same time, it's like, you know, patience is good and taking time is good too, you know, cause you want everything to be perfect.
Yeah.
So, but, it's exciting. I know. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like I said, I didn't really watch too many animes, this week, like, that were new or anything like that. Just kind of same old shows. I did watch a couple funny scenes, just like, you know, searching YouTube, like, funny anime scenes. And I realized there's like a lot of like really, really funny.
Well, I watched one, I was tempted to even post it on our Facebook just because it was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was a compilation of English of where in subvert or
they try to talk in English.
They try to talk in English, and you know how it just sounds really weird because it's not like really a Japanese accent, but it's like just when other foreign language speakers speak English, they actually speak it better than we do. Yeah. Because all of us, we don't really pronounce every syllable in a word, but that's how they're taught in foreign countries and stuff. When they speak English, they're taught exactly how to say words. Okay. So when they speak, it really emphasis on every single syllable of a word that it just sounds so weird to us.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen a couple of animes where they tried to talk in English, and I was just like, no, like, if you want to talk in English, please hire an English voice actor who lives in Japan.
What is it? There's one, in the show Free. Yeah. Where he was introducing...
I remember.
His, friend to his, like, host family in Australia or whatever. And, like, the two... I don't know if they were actual Australians, but they sounded like actual Australians. Yeah.
And then like
he had that English accent when he was trying to talk in English.
Yeah, he's like, this is my friend who is from Japan with me. And they're like, oh, he's from Japan. Right. Yeah. You know, like
had like the great, like, it was really funny. I'm like, did they actually get like Australians to do it?
So yeah, but no, I get what you're saying. It's funny though too, because like when they do that, I'm just like, oh, you know, if they're supposed to be able to talk in English, let them be able to talk in English. You know,
well, it's like one of those things where if we're saying that, what about the reverse when we're saying like Japanese phrases and stuff?
I mean, yeah, we probably say them wrong.
So. We're probably saying it's super wrong and sounding like we're retarded.
Whatever. It's all good. I haven't, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've really seen a show where they had to talk constantly in Japanese, like, for extended period of time, though. Like, yeah. You know, like an English dub where they had to talk in Japanese for, like, an extended period of time or anything.
What was I watching? I was watching... I forgot what the show was called.
Wait, no, Rurouni Kenshin. Like whenever they were trying to say like their sword names, where it's like this is my he got and I'm like, oh, that is a long name. That is a very long name.
Well, it's like in that defense, I'm actually okay with. Only because sometimes when you do like direct translations of some of these like attacks and stuff, they just sound so stupid that it's like
it'll be like Dragon Slicer or something like
it's like that doesn't sound threatening at all. Yeah, because I think like Yu-Gi-Oh does that with a lot of their translations because they don't say the attacks in Japanese; they say them in English here. But it's being translated from the attack's name. So we're getting these, like, really weird, like, dark magic attack.
Yeah.
That just sounds so ridiculous.
I know. Trust me, I know. So, but it's funny, too, like, just the names that they choose for that, too. Like, I still remember Joey. Like, we always have that inside joke where Joey plays his kunai with chain.
Kunai with chain.
Like, he's just like, and I play my kunai with chain. Yeah, you know, my baby dragon. I'm like,
my baby dragon.
Yeah, he's my time wizard. I'm like, oh my god.
The Boston accent.
Dude, it was so funny. And it's like, we don't even care. You know, like, we just watch the show and like, we'll be like, oh, it fits, I guess. And like, you think of it rationally and you're like, well, they're all in Japan. They're all Japanese. His name's not Joey Wheeler. His name's like, I can't even remember what his name is, but it's not Joey Wheeler. That's the American version.
That's the American.
And like,
well, it's like,
he's got a Boston accent when everybody else has a normal accent. You know? So but it's a good show. So, well, I mean, it was good watching it as a kid. So
I don't know what
really,
it is now.
I don't either. So, but it was good as a kid. So I liked it. And then, of course, Pokemon and Digimon.
Oh, speaking of Pokemon, it was kind of funny. On YouTube, there's a group called the Fine Brothers.
Yeah.
Which probably a lot of people know. They do react shows.
Yeah.
They have like kids react, teens react, elders react, and stuff. And they had kids react to original Pokemon on TV.
Yeah.
So it was the original show, and just watching them reacting to it was pretty funny. Because most of them all knew it, obviously. It's Pokemon. It's been around for years.
Yeah.
But then they had, they did like a questions part of like, they were asking the kids when they were born, and none of them were, it was like all of them weren't born like 5 or 6 years until, or after Pokemon.
Okay.
Aired here in America.
So like, they're born in like 2004 and stuff.
Yeah. And it's just that realization of, holy crap. Pokemon's been around for years now.
It's been around for a long time. So, super long time.
But it's like a show that you used to watch on TV for so long.
It's still on TV.
It's still on TV.
Yeah. No kidding. It's like, dang, dude. But, no, I mean, it's good though. And like, the people that voice it, you know, they've got a stable income, I think, as far as Pokemon goes, because it's like, oh, this show's never gonna end, so I'm always gonna have a job.
Well, it's like the original voice actress for Ash.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she doesn't do Ash anymore.
Yeah.
Of course, that was because she had kids and took a back seat to voice acting.
Yeah. So, Veronica Taylor.
Yeah.
Dude, she's still awesome though.
She is awesome. Like, she's done so many good voices.
She was in His and Her Circumstances.
Yep.
Which, that show was good up until, I'm not even going to say spoiler, it's such an old show. Like, it was good up until the ending, and then the ending, it's like, it just made no sense.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think it was because when it was airing in Japan, the manga was still going on.
Yeah.
And once again, it fell into the same bracket as Fruit Basket.
Yeah. Where
the manga's still going on. So they can follow it, and then they have to break off and do their own ending.
Yeah, but the ending was weird. It's like, it lost like all of its color and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it was just drawings, like, without any color. You know, it was like sketches almost. And it just didn't make any sense to me. I watched it and I was like, man, this show was like getting really good. And now I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm not sure what's going on.
You know, it's like, yeah, okay, you know, girl that's really smart, you know, kind of has a thing for this guy who, it's been a while, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. She was like the really, really smart one.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to say
like,
he wasn't smart, but he was.
Yeah, they were both really smart, but her thing was she acted like Miss Perfect. Miss Perfect at school.
And everything was good.
And then at home, she was like this slob of a girl.
Yeah, who only thought about herself and stuff.
And was constantly studying. And
he saw that one day.
Yeah.
And she like freaked out. And then she ended up coming to like fall in love with him and all that
The
stuff.
typical story.
I mean, I think in the manga, if I'm not mistaken, like they ended up getting married and having a kid or something like that. So, but in the show, it ended with no color.
No color.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh.
That's a Gainax thing.
Really?
Yeah. The Gainax likes to really make it think with their shows sometimes. So they try to put it in that philosophy kind of like artsy-fartsy kind of shinding to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with Ava's ending. Not the movie end of Ava, but like the actual ending, episode like 25 and 26, where it actually had like a good like 10, 15 minutes of just scenery from like around Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, why?
Yeah, you're going, what? This makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, cool, I guess.
Okay.
But I will say this though, for my weekly theme song was really good.
Oh god.
The theme song to His and Her Circumstances was really good. And I really liked it.
I liked that.
So it was good.
I like most theme songs.
Yeah, but every time we watch
Very
anime,
rare.
you have to skip it.
Well, it's because I've already seen it several times.
But it's still good. We still need to hear it. I watch anime for the theme songs. If I can't hear the theme song, the anime's bad.
The anime's bad if there's no theme song.
Yeah. No, like for example, like Azumanga Daioh, I hated the theme song to that show. Absolutely. Like them jumping in the air, the you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude. I hated that theme song. And I don't want to say I hated the show, but I could not watch that theme song, man. Every time it came on, I was like, skip. Like, I cannot listen to this.
There's a few that just, it was funny. It was like, I liked the theme song, but I didn't like the show, or didn't like the theme song, but loved the show.
Yeah.
There's several of those.
I mean, this was one of those shows that I liked the show, and I liked the theme song, but then at the end, the show got really bad, and I was like, nah, this was such a good show, and you're gonna tell me that I wasted my time for this ending, you know? So, but it was alright. But
it's Fruit Basket all over again.
Dude, Fruit Basket was good though. Like, I actually like that show. And Toru was like, that's her name, right? Toru.
Yeah.
Dude, she was such it's like she's like that typical girl that you just want to marry. You know?
Well,
like she was just
funny.
so sweet.
There's a thing now of like every time there's like this nice girl or like this character that just does everything for everybody else.
Yeah.
We always reference, oh look, it's a Toru Honda.
Yeah, dude, because
she was such a nice character. Of everything she did was for everybody else.
Yeah, she never did something for like herself and stuff, and she always thought about other people. And she was just so like happy all the time and nice and just trying to really help. You know,
probably the funniest thing about Fruit Basket, the anime at least, because was how they made Akito a guy in the anime series.
Oh yeah, like at the end and stuff.
Where poor Akito's a chick in the manga,
and they made him
who
guy.
Loves Shigure.
Yeah, and like they made him a guy.
Made him a guy in the show.
And that's what I pondered. I was like, is this a guy or is this a girl? You know? And like they made it clear it was a guy in the show.
Well, that was the thing, was in the manga
she was a girl, but
she was hiding that she was a girl.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of the thing, but in the show itself, they were just like, you know what?
It's a guy.
It's a guy.
Yeah. It's like, okay, whatever. But that's funny. But yeah, no, Toru, I like Toru's character. And I was like, that's a nice girl right there. Yeah, she's a very nice character.
It's like, I really like Toru, but if you're going to choose a woman, it has to be Aoi.
Aoi.
From Ai Yori Aoshi.
Oh my gosh.
Aoi is it Kusaragi? Or Kusaragi? Or, oh well. It's Aoi.
Yeah.
She is like the epitome of like the model like wife.
Really?
Of like, she sends women feminism back like 50 years.
Oh wow.
Because she is like the nicest girl ever. She's a Toru Honda, where she does everything for everyone else, but she's so in love with this guy that she spent her entire life studying how to be the perfect wife for him.
Really?
Yeah. So she cleans, she cooks, she takes care of, she does everything.
Dang.
And like, anytime something bad happens, she apologizes.
Oh, even though it's not her fault?
Even though it's not her fault, she's apologizing, and he's like, it's okay.
You didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah. No, that's cool though. For me, it was always, well, I had two. Like, I guess you could call them my waifus if we're using that term. It was Yakumo from School Rumble.
Oh,
you remember
yes.
Yakumo? Her, and then this one, not necessarily the model wife kind of character, like actually the complete opposite, but I like her character. It was, crap, I'm going back into Haru here. It was Tsuruya, like, you know, the girl with the green hair that was really, really long. Yeah. And she would always laugh.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Constantly.
Asahina's friend?
Yeah, Tsuruya, like, it was her. So it was Yakumo and her, like, those were the two girls I was like, you guys are awesome. And I was like, yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, if I actually pick somebody, it would be Aoi, only because I know she would always be there for me.
Yeah.
But my waifu, the character I just love, is Carla.
Uh-huh.
Just because Carla is just such a outgoing and, like, complete opposite of who I am.
Yeah.
But, like, she doesn't take crap from people, and she just has a good time and doesn't really get ticked off.
Mm-hmm.
At every little thing, and understands people and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's just such a kick-ass character.
You're just like, yep, that's her. So.
She puts big sword wielders to shame.
Ooh. That's crazy. But anyway, man, like, I know it's kind of starting to get a little late into the...
yeah, we're getting closer to the...
Towards the end
of the time here.
So... But anyway, like, to all of our listeners, you know, thanks for sticking with us. You know, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You know, like I said, Steve and I have been planning a couple of, you know, special surprises in store for the show. So be sure to just listen for updates. You can find us on Facebook, you know, Steven, me. You can also find this is the one where we talk about anime podcast. Like the page, share it with your friends. If you guys have any questions for us, you know, or any comments, if you agree, disagree, you know, whatever, just ask us. Like, shoot us a line. Let us know.
We like answering stuff, so.
Exactly. So just let us, you know, let us know your thoughts. And, thanks again for listening, guys. We appreciate it. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yep, and be sure to check out the new site and just kind of browsing around. We have like articles on there and stuff, and previews, reviews and stuff. If you ever want to submit anything, go ahead and send it to TOWWTA at bitblastnetwork.com. That's our new email. Mm-hmm. So just send us any questions, reviews, or hate mail, whatever.
Hate mail, yeah. Let's send him hate mail.
Send us our hate mail. We love it.
Yeah. But alright, guys.
Thrive on the hate.
Yes, we do. But alright, guys. Have a good week, alright?
Take care, everyone.
Bye.